Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought that I would practice talking about maladaptive daydreaming for my other channel, and this is really the real reason why I've decided to start a YouTube channel in the first place. I mean, I have always wanted to be a YouTuber for maybe a decade or so, but I never felt kind of secure enough or didn't know why I'd want to start a YouTube channel, so I kind of let that hold me back. But when I discovered this group earlier in the summer, maybe around mid-June, after a month or so of like listening to other types of information and reading a lot of people's comments in the forums, I just thought, you know, maybe this is a chance to be able to communicate some of these mind growth, like some of these growth mindset habits that would be able to be channeled over to the maladaptive daydreamers to help them, aid them in terms of being able to control their maladaptive daydreaming. Now, what is maladaptive daydreaming? So maladaptive daydreaming is essentially when you daydream excessively and you daydream so much that it actually interferes with your life. Now, if it doesn't interfere with your life and you just kind of happen to daydream a lot, that's totally okay. If you're still being able to be productive, or you find that you're being productive, you're still actively participating in social activities like hanging out with your friends, you're getting your work done, your school work or real work, whatever that may be, then that is not maladaptive daydreaming, that's just immersive daydreaming. Maladaptive is when it's become a bit of an addiction, or it's actually interfering with your life, with such activities as like social activities, work, home, chore, work life, or even schoolwork as well. And you may wonder, how could daydreaming interfere with someone's life like that? But there are people who truly daydream for somewhere between 4 to 15 hours a day, and with only 24 hours in a day, that's a lot. It really adds up. And you can imagine like what else you could be doing, and daydreaming a lot of times is kind of seen as a form of escapism too. Now, daydreaming isn't necessarily dang it. Something that really struck me is just the fact that I had no idea that I had this condition until mid-June. I just thought that it was really normal that people daydreamed or that people talked to themselves. It wasn't until I created this kind of like a thought chart and I was charting it out and I was telling my friend about it, and she just said, wow, you talk to yourself? And then I had to question her, and I said, oh, you don't? Now, you'd think that I would have figured this out a lot sooner in my life. However, I was always really scared about sharing pretty much anything unless someone asked me directly. So obviously no one would think to ask about daydreaming, or at least no one asked me about it. So yeah. Now, something that it's been a lot of fun learning about daydreaming in general. There's a lot that I've learned about mental health overall, and how so many different mental health illnesses can also manifest itself within our daydreaming world and our daydreaming conditions. Don't know if that's how I really want to say it, but okay. So pretty much this is just really important to me, because I find that as soon as I discovered the Reddit forum and I saw that there were maybe 40,000 people in the group and the numbers kept on rising. Actually, when I joined, I feel like there were 39,000 people, and every single day the numbers keep rising by, I don't know, like sometimes a couple hundred people. If I wait a week or two and take a look, there's a new 1,000 people who are now part of the daydreaming community, and the maladaptive daydreaming community specifically on Reddit. And it's terrifying, because anyone who is a maladaptive daydreamer knows that it's like being trapped. It's so hard to control, and there are a lot of people who want to just go cold turkey, because obviously it is addicting. It's way nicer to be living in your fantasy world than it is to be living in real life, or that's what we believe, because we have a hard time translating our internal selves to the external world. Our internal worlds to, we have a hard time communicating our internal world to the external world. And in a place like in a world like right now where everything is about perfection and it's so much easier to get rejected, you can like live your life by the number of likes that you get on your Instagram feed, things like that. Like, that's just not the right fuel. We don't want that. We want to make real connections with people. A lot of us feel really lonely, and for me, on my hand, I find that I daydream a lot less than some other maladaptive daydreamers. So, and because I've been really taking in a lot of information about how to train my mindset and how to, try to take control of my life a little bit more. And so I just kind of felt this need. I was like, wow, there's so many people that I would love to be able to try to communicate and try to help. I don't know. Okay, this is a little bit not quite as fun. Yeah, this got a little bit more emotional than I anticipated. Thought this would be an easy topic. What would help me here? What is distracting me? Why do I feel stuck right now? Why do I feel nervous? I was feeling a lot more pumped earlier. Just to note, if I do post this anywhere, this is not me daydreaming. This is me actually just like talking through my emotions and things like that right now. I want to clarify that because I think that sometimes people do get a little bit confused about when I say, oh, I have these conversations with myself. And a lot of people say, yeah, I do too. It's good to practice. But I really know when I'm actually just kind of talking something through, like practicing something like this, versus when I'm like fully immersively having a conversation with myself with potentially other characters or people inside my daydream. There's a lot more intention to it, and it's way more focused. Now, not saying that like if I'm in a daydream I can hop back out, but with this it's hard to explain the exact feeling, but you're not in that zone. It's just a completely different place. So what would help me right now? What am I scared of? I'm scared of saying the wrong thing. But also, who cares? True. I wrote a little reminder to myself that step 1 is to practice getting over myself. And I mean, that comes with practice and that comes with publishing. So this is a part of it. And this is also why I am documenting every journey now vigorously.